All right, then at this time I would like to call to order the Committee of the Whole for Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. Let the record show that all aldermen are present. First on our agenda, we have PL 58-19 by Mayor Alio to designate Savarino Companies, LLC as the qualified and eligible sponsor, approving the development agreement and qualifying the disposition of the 101 North Union Street property. So, anything that you would care to add, Mayor? Okay, so this is what our public hearing was on. We all have our notice. Any comments, questions at this time from the council? Okay, seeing nothing, would anyone like to sponsor this?
I'll sponsor.
Sponsored by Alderman Gonzalez.
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderman Witt. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it is referred to tonight's regular meeting for resolution. Next, we have PL 60-19 by Mayor Alio, that the Common Council, as lead agency, concludes that the proposed project for the Washington Street and North 4th Street waterline replacement is a Type 2 action, and that after full review of the environmental assessment form, determines that the project will have no adverse environmental impact, and thus declares a negative declaration. Okay, Mr. Ring.
In preparation for the bond resolution for bonding for this project, the seeker is required, so the Environmental Quality Review Act, I went through the form, determined that the full project has little or minimal or no impact, which is typical. The Type 2 action is the short form that we fill out. That's typical of a road project that's contained within the right-of-way, or remove and replace. It's typically a Type 2. Again, for a remove and replace project, there's little impact to residences or to the environment.
All right, any comments or questions from the council on this? Okay, seeing none, I'll go ahead and sponsor. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Seconded by Alderman George. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Again, this is referred to tonight's regular meeting for resolution. Next, we have PL 62-19 by Mayor Alio to authorize the mayor to sign and submit a grant application to New York State under the consolidated funding application process to secure funding for the Allegheny Siphon Project.
The information I provided you on the first sheet is in relation to two grant applications that we'd like to apply for through the consolidated funding application. The first being the Allegheny River Siphon Replacement Project. A year ago, we applied for an engineering planning grant to do a feasibility study and to do a design report for the project. They're just finishing that up, and they provided an estimate for the project. We identified an agency that would perhaps fund part of the construction of the project. Again, the project is replacement of the siphon, which there's a siphon sanitary sewer line that picks up all of South Olean, south of the river, and it goes underneath the river to the 4th Street pump station. Two of the designs that we've come up with were a pump station somewhere near the boat launch, and the sanitary sewer would be hung on the bridge and pumped across to the 4th Street pump station. The alternate design, I think this is a lot less likely, is to place it underneath the river. But typically the New York State DEC is trying to eliminate underwater crossings for obvious reasons. So again, we're working with a consultant to identify an agency, and we found a grant application with requested funds of up to 75% funded, which leaves us with a local match of $270,500. I guess I would guide us towards taking that money out of the built-up fund balance that we have in the sewer fund of, I think, roughly $1.5 million. Again, this project is a priority project on our sewer master plan. It's been identified to be the next project the sewer plant replacement.
And would that 20, if we were to receive this grant, would that $270,000, that 25%, be able to go towards our DEC requirements of 250,000 a year? That would be able to be like the.
Don't know. I don't believe so. I think that money was specifically allocated to our piping system, to our distribution system. And I believe that has to be spent separately. And it's been promised that we do that through either replacement or through sewer lining. But I can double check that for sure.
So, if we get this grant, you're saying we have to do the 270,000 this year, and it hasn't been budgeted for. We can't hold it for the next budget year.
I think we find out in October or November the response for the project. Our match would take place sometime during construction of the project, meaning this may be a 2-year project. So we would probably be in next year's budget.
Okay.
Some could be out of this year's budget, but I would suspect that it would be over the course of at least 2 budgets.
Did we get a consent order to do this?
We're still technically under consent order from our original issues with the DEC for bypass and other, things that were just overlooked over, a long period of time, not replacing or not taking on these types of projects.
So we're not in an emergency situation of a timeline of DEC telling us this is due this year. I guess my issue is the 270,000 being taken out of this year's fund balance we haven't budgeted for. So if we could spread that out, like you had suggested, if there's not an emergency to get it done under consent order, then
Technically, it's not, I don't know if I'd use the word emergency, but technically we are still under consent order. I have to update the DEC every year with our progress, and they either accept that, or they, I don't know what the ramifications would be if they didn't accept it. I suspect that they may, threaten us with fines again. That's why I'm suggesting we continue with our master plan at this current pace. But like you said, that it helps to have it over 2 budgets.
The contingency you're talking about, how much is in that? And that is the sewer contingency, right?
Yeah, the fund balance, not the contingency, but I think the fund balance is roughly 1.5 million.
Okay. And so this project would be not routing it under the river any longer. It would be a new route. Is that what you're?
Yes, I believe so. We did a similar project near Reading Stadium about 5 years ago. There was an underwater crossing there. They went to the Adams Street pump station, and that was eliminated. They built a pump station at the end of Hoop Street, and then used a force main and hung it on the bridge. So I suspect that'll be the typical design.
Okay.
will it be as intense as the Hoop Street? Because I know the residents over there have issues because it takes so much, and listen, correct me if I'm wrong understanding it, how it's been explained to me to the people down there. Many of those homes are patio type homes, so they don't have basements. Taggarty, Dean, there's another one down there that has all those patio homes. And because it takes so much to pump that, because we made it so upscale, that when that happens, the pushback will sometimes pull sewer into their bathrooms. So do we need it to be as monstrosity here as the one on Hoop Street and not make it so big? I guess is my question, to alleviate that.
Yeah, I don't 100% know the issues that you're talking about, and when we look at the design, and that could be a consideration.
I guess they pump more. It's able to hold more than is available, so it holds it longer. Does that make sense? Until it pumps, until it flushes or pumps or whatever it does.
Okay, yeah, we'll look into it as a consideration.
Okay.
Was this the last one, or do we have more to be replaced? On the second project? station.
This is the last underwater crossing that we have in the city. There are more projects. On the master plan. There's more work to be done, of course. Mainly, infiltration and inflow is something that we're fighting. Next week we'll talk about, that issue actually, with sewer line, because we just got the bids in from sewer line, and our work is going to take place sometime between now and winter.
We don't believe the current underwater crossing to be leaking or seeping, correct? At this time, it's sustained and encapsulated, like we treat it like a landfill, like it doesn't.
Well, that's the thing, is it's always full because it's a siphon, so there's no way to run it out.
Okay,
And
gotcha.
I believe it's like a 1920s, in the 1920s.
Gotcha. So if the DEC were to come up with some method of testing this, should be treating this like a landfill, like we wish we didn't have it kind of thing?
Correct.
Because I'm just assuming the fines are probably astronomical. Like when a capped off landfill starts leaking, you just pray they don't take your firstborn.
It's a good idea to replace it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ring. Any other comments or questions on the siphon project? Seeing none. Need a sponsor?
I'll go ahead and sponsor.
Sponsored by Alderman Doherty, seconded by Alderman Witt. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's referred to tonight's regular meeting for resolution. PL 63-19 by Mayor Alio to authorize the mayor to sign and submit a grant application to the New York State under the consolidated funding application process for the water distribution system plan.
This is another grant application that we'd like to submit as part of the CFA. What the deliverable for this grant consists of is a hydraulic model of our water system. And that's important for a couple reasons. One being that, we can expand easier, we can design easier if we would like to, through shared services, expand into the town, or villages, nearby. The request here is 50% funding. It's $40,000 study, and we're working again with an engineering firm, and our local match would be $20,000. There's another option that we have through Cattaraugus County. They have a program right now where they match grant funds. So we've requested with the county legislature to try and pass a resolution that if we were to get this grant, that the county would provide the local match.
Okay. I think it goes without saying, it's something that we've brought up a number of times, any opportunity to expand our water distribution. We need more customers. And I think this is a great opportunity to give us maybe a little insight there. Any comments or concerns from the council? Okay, seeing none. Could I get a sponsor, please? Sponsored by Alderman Witt.
Second.
Seconded by Alderman George. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, this too is referred to tonight's regular meeting for resolution. All right, next it is PL 64-19 by Mayor Alio to authorize the city auditor to bond for the Washington Street and North 4th Street water line replacement project. Bob and Fred.
The second page that I provided you with is an estimate of the Washington Street water line project based on our approved design from the department of health. The total project costs with a 5% field change payment and 15% in contingencies is $1.3 million. I believe the bonded amount being suggested is $1.35 million in order to account for the fees based on paying our bond counsel and logistical solutions. One thing I just want to point out with this estimate is, we have a couple options after bidding with contingency in there. If the project comes in under budget, we don't have to spend that money. We could do the project as is. It's a very positive project. Our tie-in points are going to provide, of course, better flow to hydrants and to our residents along that area. We talked about that a number of times. And, it's just a good project that way, but we could also expand. We could continue down a couple more blocks if the project came in under budget. That's something, especially with discussions with our Alliance Committee, that we could look at the bid, we could talk about it then. We can, when the project's in construction, we continue to update and talk about contingency and what we'd like to do. That's the positive part of having, an itemized bid and unit prices. Contractors are generally open to expanding projects if there's more money available.
Okay. And just since it's been a while since we've talked about this, do we currently have any material for this project that we've purchased already?
Yeah, we own all the water line, all the water services, shut-off boxes, etc.
Okay. All right. So this is no surprise. This is something that we discussed in great detail during the budget season. Again, alleviating probably one of the most problematic areas in the city as far as water line safety goes, and it's demonstrating that we're being proactive rather than waiting for a massive burst or broken line. So, any concerns, comments, questions? Fred, you're comfortable with that?
Yes. And
anything to add?
We have kind of ordered the full solution and John Lustig that we would like to proceed. So depending on your vote,
So in the resolution, do we need to state not to exceed like 1.35 million? Is that? It's already in there. You guys are good. All right. Yep. Let's see there. And the dollars are dollars, not cents. We're good there.
Hang on. How many blocks will we go with this?
It's up on the top of the estimate, so it's Washington Street, North 4th Street, and North 10th Street. We'll tie into a 12-inch water line that comes down through North 10th Street. And then it's also North 4th Street from Sullivan Street through Lawrence.
Great.
I think it's roughly 4,000 feet of water.
Okay, thank you.
And then certainly that also is, there's the mill and pave in there, which I've had certainly a number of people concerned with the street condition by Oak Hill. So that'll.
We're still looking for a couple 9-year-olds in some of those sinkholes. So.
Tentative timeline.
I think we're going to start advertising in the next couple of weeks, pending the bond being approved and the bond resolution going through. That will put us through about August 15th for opening bids, proceeding with the project. Then we'll meet with the contractor and see what they might be willing to take on for the couple months that are left of the construction season. I think at least half, if not a significant part of the project, will be in spring.
Okay. All right. Any comments or concerns? Ms. Witt?
I just want to reiterate that this whole project, particularly along Washington Street, has a lot to do with public safety. Just keeping people safe and having better water pressure there. I think that, to me, is one of the number one issues over there. So I'm supportive of it.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Okay. Seeing nothing, I'll go ahead and sponsor. Could I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderman Doherty. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And referred to tonight's regular meeting. All right. So next we have an item that's not on the formal agenda, is a discussion, which is to the acceptance of properties from Cattaraugus County. Mr. Mayor, do you want to hit us off?
As we talked at previous meetings about acquiring property, we had the opportunity to take 1013 Washington Street, 303 East Elm Street, and 405 North 4th Street South, according to the tax map, from the county auction. We picked them out of the auction, and they're willing to sign over the properties to us. As 1013 Washington Street, that house is the eyesore in that neighborhood. It's been twice, I believe it's been twice now, meth house, and the rest of them we had. The one at 303 East Elm Street was in the state, and that house, we take that house down, and that will give us, we'll start to clean up that neighborhood there. And one at 405 North 4th Street, that borders Branchot Park, so we can take that house down. That'll give us additional parking on South 4th Street, where there's always a problem there when the kids are playing ball and picnics and stuff down there, because it's in that circle, down there, and this would give us a bunch of additional parking, and it would become more part of the park. So this resolution will authorize me to sign and say we accept those properties from the county.
Great. Well, I know this was, again, another topic we brought up during budget season, and we came off last year really taking a huge bite out of blight in the city, and we don't want to lose traction. We certainly don't want to maybe take out, bite off more than we can chew, but 3 of these properties, also working in conjunction with the county land bank, to continue to take down blight in the city is a must. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the work that you've reached out to and worked with the county to request these properties. Any comments or questions from the council?
Yeah, can I
Please.
comment?
Alderman Smith.
These properties, the ones that we keep taking on, have been hard to wrestle with, but I think it's just important to keep trudging through this and take back control of as many of these as we can, because when we don't control them, we can do nothing. At least we can't fix them immediately or tear them down immediately, but once we have control of them, then we can steer towards a better place. So I think we should just keep marching the way we're going and get as many as we can.
Well said. Anyone else?
I think the number of properties, my concern when we talked about this before was, what did we take down last time? 13? I don't think we ever want to make that mistake again, right? Obviously it's been good, but it's a long road. I think when we take smaller bites, it's just a more realistic approach, I think.
And the other thing, remember the land bank has taken a significant number.
Yep.
It's going to help us now with our blended property, so we can take smaller bites, as you say, Paul.
Yeah, no, I definitely is a joint effort, and we just need to keep pushing forward, like Nate said. Awesome. All right, good stuff. Could I get a sponsor, please?
I'll sponsor.
Sponsored by Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman Doherty. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, and that will be on for resolution. All right, at this time, I will make a motion to adjourn. Could I get a second, please? Seconded by Alderman Adriano. All in favor? Aye. All right, we are adjourned. I would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Olean Common Council for Tuesday, July 9th, 2019. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt.
Here.
Alderman Adriano.
Here.
Alderman Gonzalez.
Here.
Alderman Doherty.
Here.
Alderman Smith.
Here.
Alderman George.
Here.
And Alderman Crawford.
Here, please rise for the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, creator of all things that are good, we thank you for all of your blessings you have bestowed upon us today. We come here tonight asking for wisdom and for guidance to make sound decisions for our community and citizens. We know that with you, anything is possible. In your name we give thanks. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
reading, correcting, and approval of the minutes of the previous regular meeting.
The regular meeting of the Olean Common Council was held on Tuesday, June 25th, 2019 at 6:50 p.m. Present, Alderman Crawford, Alderman Witt, Alderman Adriano, Alderman Gonzalez, Alderman Doughty, Alderman Smith, and Alderman George.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous regular meeting. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Alderman Doughty. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. On to committee reports and unfinished council business.
We have none.
Communications from the mayor.
Thank you.
Miscellaneous communications
We have none.
and city official reports.
We have none.
Proposed legislation and referrals.
PL 60-19 by Mayor Elio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, July 9th, 2019 by Council President. PL 61-19 by Mayor Elio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019 by Council President. PL 62-19 by Mayor Elio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, July 9th, 2019 by Council President. PL 63-19 by Mayor Elio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, July 9th, 2019 by Council President. PL 64-19 by Mayor Elio, referred to Committee of the Whole Tuesday, July 9th, 2019 by Council President.
All right, before we jump into public comment, I would like to give the opportunity to any of the council members to make a statement at this time.
I'd like to just, if you don't,
Alderman Adriano.
thank the police chief. I don't know where the partnership started with 7-Eleven and the Slurpee thing, but I just want to commend you and your staff because it's great to see prevention, especially with young children in our city, and positive character ed. And I think it'll also go a long way to foster relationships with young children to feel safe to approach police officers. And so I give you guys commendment.
The CARES organization has a lot to do with that. They're funding a lot of that.
It's great for the summer, so thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, can I say something, John?
Of course, Alderman Smith.
I want to reiterate, I've said this before, but the North Union project, you know, most of us in this room were here before it, during it, and now we're here after it. So we don't look at it with the freshest eye. But I would like to remind everyone to, when you're on North Union, to try to imagine what it looks like if you've never been to Olean before and you either came in from the south or the north. It is spectacular with the greenery and the flowers and the trees and the whole thing. And if you had never been here and you rolled into this town, you would say, wow, these people really care about this place. It is truly amazing and awesome. So please try to look at it with a fresh eye. It's something.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, at this time, will the clerk please read the public comment statement?
The public comment portion of the Common Council regular meeting is established to provide members of the community with the opportunity to publicly state their views, voice their concerns, or to provide input pertaining to any issue affecting city government. Additionally, the mayor, Common Council members, and city department heads encourage any person with questions to contact them at their offices.
Okay. At this time, if you would like to address the council, please approach the podium, state your name and address. You'll have 5 minutes.
Mike Clarence, 314 North 11th Street. First, a little bit of background before I get to what I'm going to talk about. 4 years ago, a group of our neighbors got together and we planted some flowers in the triangle park. It went over really well. The neighbors took ownership of them. They watered them, they deadheaded them, they trimmed around them when needed, and went over really well. No issues whatsoever. So the following year, we did the park over there to Trans Am. Same thing. Great results. Big across the city of Penn. It was just the neighbors making the neighborhood look better. What we would like from the city now is 2 old park benches. Put one in each park. Just get a hold of Mr. Crawford, he'll get a hold of me, we'll make up some kind of arrangements to fix them up. We'll fix them up. We'll paint them. We'll make them look nice. We'll pour little cement pads in there, and paint turned into the park. This would enhance these parks tremendously. The Triangle Park is a high traffic area. There's a lot of traffic going through there. Foot traffic and vehicles. In both areas, actually. At the same time, we'd like 2 trash cans, one to put in each park, that the city could empty when they have to go around the trash cans in the parks and all. I just think this is something that we talked about before. We really haven't gotten any traction out of it, gotten anywhere with it. I just think it would enhance the parks tremendously. Talk about beautifying Olean. This is just one little step that the neighbors are willing to take to beautify it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. Anyone else?
Yes, Kevin Bartholomew, 737 Fisher Street. Excuse me. The last time I was here, one of the councilmen mentioned don't tell me you come up here, you always have a problem, you don't have a solution. A lot of times I have had a solution. But that's neither here nor there. This right here, there is a slight problem, but there is a solution. I love what they did on West State Street. I think that's great, that's wonderful. But as you're headed towards Allegheny, headed west, you get to Independence Boulevard. That intersection there, you got a lane here, a lane there, a lane there. This one's kind of marked that, one isn't marked that, one isn't. So you don't really know. I mean, I have an idea where these are supposed to be, but half the time you don't know where you're supposed to be. You go from Allegheny in Olean, headed east. They have the signs, they're right on the lanes. What would it take to put those signs on the lights, designated, this is a left turn lane, that's a right turn lane, this is a straight lane? I don't think it would be anything that would be super expensive. Okay, I don't believe it would be anything super expensive. It may already be in the works. You may have those signs laying around someplace. I've had several people ask me, where are we supposed to go? But that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bartholomew. I believe that actually is in the works. I believe that's something that'll be coming up next week.
It's out for discussion, the plan, Bob has a plan,
Yeah.
and it's out for next week.
Yep. Great observation, Kevin. Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? Side? No? Okay. Anyone else? At this time, I will call the public comment section closed. On to finance and bills
We have none.
and resolutions.
Resolution 61-9.
Hold on. Sorry. I need to make a motion to suspend the rules for a second.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now I will make a motion to amend the agenda to include Resolution 66-19. Could I get a second, please?
Second.
Second by Alderman Doherty. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Sorry. Now you're on.
Resolution 61-19, PL 58-19 by Alderman Gonzalez, seconded by Alderman Wood, to designate Severino Companies, LLC as a qualified and eligible sponsor, approving the development agreement and qualifying the deposition of the 101 North Union Street property.
All right. Definitely talked a lot about this one tonight. Any last words? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt?
Yes.
Alderman Adriano?
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez?
Yes.
Alderman Doherty?
Yes.
Alderman Smith?
Yes.
Alderman George?
Yes.
And Alderman Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Resolution 62-19, PL 60-19 by Alderman Crawford, seconded by Alderman George, that the Common Council as lead agency concludes that the proposed project for the Washington Street and North 4th Street waterline replacement is a type 2 action, and that after full review of the environmental assessment form, determines that the project will have no adverse environmental impact and thus declares a negative declaration.
Anything from the council? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt?
Yes.
Alderman Adriano?
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez?
Yes.
Alderman Doughty.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman George.
Yes.
And Alderman Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Resolution 63-19, PL 62-19, by Alderman Doughty, seconded by Alderman Witt, to authorize the mayor to sign and submit a grant application to New York State under the consolidated funding application process to secure funding for the Allegheny Siphon project.
All right, any last words? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt. Alderman Adriano.
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Alderman Doughty.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman George.
Yes.
And Alderman Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Resolution 64-19, PL 63-19, by Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman George, authorizing the mayor to sign and submit a grant application to New York State under the consolidated funding application process for the water distribution system plan.
Okay, again, we discussed. Any comments? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt.
Yes.
Alderman Adriano.
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Alderman Doughty.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman George. And Alderman Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0. Resolution 65-19, PL 64-19, by Alderman Crawford, seconded by Alderman Doughty. A bond resolution dated July 9th, 2019, of the Common Council of the City of Olean, Cattaraugus County, New York, authorizing a water system capital improvements project at an estimated maximum cost of $1.3 million and authorizing the issuance of serial bonds in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $1.3 million of the city, pursuant to the local finance law, to finance said purpose. Said amount to be offset by any federal, state, county, and/or local fund received, and delegating the power to issue bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the sale of such bonds to the city auditor.
All right. Again, we've been talking about this one for a long time. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt.
Yes.
Alderman Adriano.
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Alderman Doughty.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman George.
Yes.
And Alderman Crawford.
Absolutely.
Motion carries 7-0. Resolution 66-19, PL none, by Alderman Witt, seconded by Alderman Doughty, to authorize the mayor of the City of Olean to accept 3 parcels deeded to the city by the County of Cattaraugus.
Okay, this one too we discussed. Comments, questions? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderman Witt.
Yes.
Alderman Adriano.
Yes.
Alderman Gonzalez.
Yes.
Alderman Doughty.
Yes.
Alderman Smith.
Yes.
Alderman George.
Yes.
And Alderman Crawford.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Okay, before adjourning, I just going through that list of resolutions tonight. I mean, if we're not moving Olean forward as a team, all of us, it's truly incredible to talk about developing Manning Canny, to replacing Washington Street water line, to taking on more blighted properties, to clean up our neighborhoods. I mean, that's what this is all about, and just, kudos to everybody. It's definitely a joint effort. So just really great night. So, anything else? Mr. Mayor, you good?
Good.
All right.
Life is good.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Seconded by Alderman Adriano, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.